Hi everyone, David Hoffman here from Davidsbeenhere.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about a question I get asked every day on Instagram and YouTube. People commenting, basically, how did you get this job? How did you start traveling? Who pays you? I mean, these types of questions, and I just want to break it down on how this works, how you become a travel blogger, vlogger, influencer, and how you can actually attain it yourself. Hi, I'm David Hoffman, host, producer, and travel addict. Since 2007, I've been traveling around the world in search of destinations that are not on everyone's typical bucket list. I still believe now what I did then, that video inspires us to travel. So the first thing you have to do is you have to travel. If you want to become a travel blogger, vlogger, influencer, you have to go out there and start experiencing the world. Determine what is your niche. Are you a solo traveler? Are you a couple traveler? Are you doing a once-in-a-lifetime experience type of thing? Are you traveling around the world by boat, car, bike? These types of questions you have to ask yourself before you start to actually go out there and document. So I recommend the first places you should visit need to be affordable or cheaper destinations. And those destinations typically are Thailand, Laos, so Southeast Asia, India, Eastern Europe, some places in Africa. These are places where your dollar can go a long, long way. But when you think about travel, are you gonna be somebody who's going out, once a month somewhere? Or are you gonna go on a, 2, 3, 4, 5 year journey, 6-month journey? I personally recommend, if you're finishing college and you have time, take 6 months, a year, 2 years to go out there and experience the world. And that's when you really know if this is something you really want to do forever, you really want to put yourself 100% into this, becoming a travel personality. And then you have to think about, how am I going to document all this? Now, are you going to be just writing articles? Are you going to be taking amazing photos? Are you going to be vlogging? I personally suggest you do all three if you can. You're going to become authority in your niche, and you'll have way more eyeballs if you do all three of these. Obviously, it's very time consuming, but this is number one. This is you're all in, right? If you really want to make it in this industry, this has to be your number one priority, is creating content. So the first thing you have to do is you have to start a blog. Go on WordPress, pick a layout, design, think about your URL, so your domain name, Davidsbeenhere.com, very catchy. Somebody else, it's One Step Forward, Wandering Trader, these types of names. So think about your name, obviously with your niche, what makes sense, and then go on bluehost.com and set up your hosting. This is where a lot of YouTubers and Instagrammers mess up, is they don't start a blog and they start, vlogging and making amazing pictures, and you start doing that, you start getting a fan base, but then you don't have your backbone, which is your website, to drive that traffic to there. You gotta drive them to your website, because that is your backbone. That's where people will look at you as an authority. Imagine going somewhere and you're a huge Instagrammer, but you don't have a website. Now that's wrong, because remember, a lot of people are looking for articles. That's a huge piece of this puzzle, is SEO, creating articles and sharing your experiences. You can create top lists, whatever you want. I mean, it really depends on you. So if you're focusing on photography and you're gonna be an Instagrammer, you gotta take great pictures. I would say select only the best. And out of every 4 images, 1 is with you in it, with the destination. The other 3 need to be without you. Some people just do all of them, but I'm not talking about selfies. I'm talking about more lifestyle with the destination. And then I'd recommend 1 to 2 max pictures per day on Instagram. You don't want to become a spammer. Obviously, the first day you're gonna put 10, 20 images on there just to get yourself started. So when people come to your Instagram page, they'll see, okay, yeah, wow, okay, he has something. If you don't have a stream, people might not follow you. For vlogging, you have to start practicing. Maybe you have some experience in talking to the camera, maybe you don't. I would suggest you get this camera. This is the Canon 80D. This is what Casey Neistat and a lot of other people use to vlog. It has the flip screen, so I can see myself right here. I can know exactly if it's in the perfect frame, and then start vlogging. And what I mean by vlogging, it's all about documenting your journey and not creating content. It's not about creating content, it's about documenting what you're doing. People want to see somebody come from nothing and start traveling the world. People want to see that. And that's what I'm starting to do. I didn't vlog before. I was just creating content, creating like travel guides. That's what most of my videos are. I have about 1,500 videos like that. And now what I'm doing is I'm starting to vlog. So I'm taking this camera with me and I'm making a movie every day that I travel. I'm also doing videos obviously like this, where I talk to you guys. This is what I do at home to just keep creating content and keep sharing travel tips and advice. But vlogging is a major part of your success. Putting yourself on YouTube and 20 other websites, but mainly YouTube, is key to succeeding in the travel vlogging industry. So document, edit really well. So I would suggest getting Premiere Pro and start editing. And what I mean by editing is cut. So usually my vlogs are like 20 minutes on a timeline. And then I go in and that's cut. And then I go in and then I put music and start cutting and make it faster and faster. Remember, people have very short attention span. They want to see a movie, nice pumped up music, and really feel like they're with you, that you're talking to them. So that's what I suggest for vlogging. So after a few months of creating content, you're slowly gaining a fan base, and then you're gonna start getting free trips. These are press trips. Press trips can either be with a tour company, hotel group, tourism board, airline, and basically what's included in a press trip is basically the whole trip is free. You have to go there, you get everything, but you have to create content, and that's what the deliverables are. Usually it's like 2 Instagram posts per day, X amount of articles, X amount of videos. I mean, it really depends on what you do. They'll discuss it with you, and then you'll agree on something. What I suggest is that you consistently produce 5 pieces of content per week in the beginning, and then when you're at my level, 5 pieces of content per day. And what do I mean by content? Okay, I'm gonna break it down because a lot of people ask this question, and I got this advice from Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary, you're the man. All right, so 1 video, okay? 1 Instagram post, right? 1 tweet, 1 Facebook post, 1 article. These are the 5 pieces of content. So I try to release 5 of these daily, or I do 2 Instagram posts, 1 video, 1 article, 1 tweet. I mean, it really depends, but 5 pieces of content every single day, okay? That's what I do. If you're starting out, you probably won't have so much content, so you're gonna do 5 pieces a week. I mean, tweets, Instagram, these types of things, you should do every single day. Videos, you probably produce 1 video per week. Articles, maybe 2 articles per week. Hopefully, if you're doing this full time, you're gonna turn into me, doing 5 pieces of content every single day. The next thing you have to do is you have to start connecting with travel personalities. So how do you do this? Well, very easy. Get on Instagram or Twitter or whatever and message them. Say, hey, this is who I am. I would love to collaborate. I would love to meet you. I would love to interview you. Whatever the case may be, you want to work with them. A lot of people won't get back to you, but this is all about numbers game, everybody. Message as many people as possible, and I don't mean just spam people. I mean really look at the personality, say, hey, I want to work with that person. Maybe that person lives around me. Let's work together. Let's do a trip together. Another great way to meet people is through press trips. If you do like group press trips, that's an awesome way to meet people and to make friends for life. And the third way I suggest you meet travel personalities is by going to conferences. So what are the conferences? There's the big ones like World Travel Market in London, ITB in Berlin, right? It's very expensive. I mean, if you're not in the area like me, you have to fly there, have to get a hotel, have to eat, etc. I mean, it's a few $1,000s just to go there for a few days and then meet all these people. But at the same time, you're also dealing with tourism boards and brands, and etc. So you have a lot of opportunities in these places. Then you can go to VidCon, just passed. If you're a vlogger, VidCon is a must. I haven't been. I have to go next year, 2018. I'm there. And then there's New York travel show, there's Teabags. There's a lot of different conferences. If you go online, you can find one every single month somewhere in the world. Do your research and try to attend some of these. Once you start attending some of these, people start seeing your face, they start to know you, start to look at your content, then they start to realize that you're an authority and you're somebody to take serious in this industry. If you want to get into this industry, I suggest you follow these words. More content, more eyeballs, more opportunities. The more content you put out, the more people will see you, the more opportunities will happen for you. And this is where the money is. So this is what you have to do. You have to do it. You have to share it so people see it, and then money will come. It's the hardest piece of this, is starting when you don't have anything to start with. You have no money, you just gotta figure it out, right? So you have to just ride the wave and you will get there. I'm making a living as an influencer, and so many people are like, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? Well, first off, I believe 100% in what I do. I love what I do. I love creating content and sharing it with people like you. I want you to be motivated, inspired by my content. I want you to learn from my content. I want to give you as much as possible, and money comes. So thank you so much, everyone. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave me a comment below. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to give you any more advice you need. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And watch this video if you want to learn more about how I make money on YouTube. Thank you guys. See you soon.